Dude, so you trying to be a rapper in this game? Don't let people discourage you. Stand up and do your thing.
You ain't got to live on your knees. Everything's a possibility. If you wanna be a rapper, just be. Don't let them tell you you can't be somebody. Stand up and get up now. Hold your head up, wake up now. You got to go for your dreams. Hip-hop saved the community.
People wanna see you do good, but not better than them.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Knock Real once again. The Hip Hop Save the Community show. Today I got the shirt on. Don't mind it, it's a little bit old. It's only about 7-8 months old, but washing it, wearing it, washing it, just fades a little bit. But I'm rocking the shirt. So you can get better merch than this on the website, mybeefi.com, on the merchandise part of the website. What can I say? If you want to rep the show, get the Hip Hop Save the Community shirt there. We got more than white. We got different colors, things like that. I haven't designed anything new in a while, but I'll probably go put some more colors up and stuff. We got hoodies, we got cups, we got all that stuff. And it's just drop shipped to your house. So you don't even have to worry about it. So yeah, well, like I said, this is Knock Real. I'm out here in Rio de Janeiro, Copacabana. It's my neighborhood, block in from the beach. This is CAB Studios, my little spot here. You know, thankfully to my uncle, he kind of helped me set this whole thing up. And rest in peace to him, because after he left here, you know, he passed away. So end of last year. But he put me in position, so this is why I'm kind of making this work, making this happen. But once again, this is the Hip Hop Save the Community show. I talked about this on the first show, being a positive show. And I struggled with today's topic because it's about the kids and the impact that hip hop is having on the kids. But I kind of look at it from a different perspective. So I don't know if you guys have seen this video from Baltimore, Maryland, or DC. I don't know which area they're from. They're from either Baltimore or DC. The kids out in front of the store rapping, and the subject matter was, about running up on people and, doing things to them. And when I say hip hop save the community, this is not what I'm talking about. There's no way that kids, they look like maybe they're 11 years old. They look like maybe a little bit older kids in the back or whatever, 11 to 15 years old. Talking about things that kids that age really shouldn't talk about. That shouldn't really be their subject matter. But I look at it like, okay, this is the environment that they're in. And then they don't have any parental guidance either. I know my parents knew exactly what I was doing. I fortunately grew up with both parents in the home, so they weren't having it. They watched what you were doing. They watched what you were into because they cared about us. And so I'm looking and I'm like, these kids don't have adults in their life that are guiding them in the right direction. Now I say that with a grain of salt because even I, with both parents in the home, had friends in school and all that kind of stuff. And so our walks to school or whatever, sometimes we had big groups of kids, maybe 15, 20 kids, we're all walking to school or whatever. And the subject matter and the stuff that we was talking about, we probably shouldn't have been talking about. So we probably didn't even know nothing about what we was talking about, but hey, we was talking about it. So, and those were actually good times. Those are fond memories I have of, growing up, because it's just fun, man. We just had so much fun. And, I love those cats to this day. But I realized like we were talking grown stuff that we probably shouldn't have been talking, You could say it's harmless, but in a way, if you don't have any guidance from the parental side, that part can take over. And it looks like from the way these kids are being amped up, that part is taking over. And so that's what I fear for in that situation. So like I said, this is a positive show. It's not a negative show. So we're not here to blast anybody or anything like that. We're just saying, I think the positive thing that's come out of it is that a lot of people are speaking up, say, hey, wait a minute, this is not what the culture should be about. This is not what our kids' subject matter rapping should be about. So none of us can control it. whatever they're seeing, whatever they're involved with, maybe in the streets and all that stuff, they start young. And there are people out there that, put them in the game young. And maybe this is what they see from their uncles or their cousins, and they kind of emulate that. And then they make the music to reflect the lifestyle they're living, or the lifestyle they aspire to live, or the lifestyle that they see other people living. And now it's coming out in the music because it's the cool thing to do. But I think the positive thing is a lot of people coming out and saying, hey, it's not really cool. You gotta have some guidance. You gotta have some, you gotta have somebody step in and say, hey, this is not appropriate for young kids. Do the music, but let's switch it up a little bit. Let's switch up what you're doing a little bit. And the kids, they're not gonna listen. We old, like I'm old, so they're not really gonna listen to us. But what I'm saying is at least we try. We gotta at least try to see if we can, guide them in a different direction, or say, hey, this is not cool. But in the area of social media and this, in this world that we live in now, the more attention that you give it, the more it grows, unfortunately. So it may grow, and they're like, okay, we did this kind of music and everybody liked it and everybody was commenting in it and it created this viral moment. So we got to go back and continue to do that. So it's just going to perpetuate that. It's just going to make them want to do it even more. So I feel like we still need to have the conversation. And we still need to talk to parents and say, hey, listen, you got to kind of get your kids in line. And regardless of where you came from and regardless of what you're going through, in the streets or whatever you're doing, guide your kids on a different path. Don't let the music raise them. You can't let the music and entertainment raise them. I say music, but I'm also talking about Netflix and everybody else. So people like to pick on hip hop and say, oh, well, hip hop's the one who's causing all this damage in the community, but they pay for Netflix. So if you pay for Netflix, you're not only hearing gunshots, you're hearing murder, you're hearing zombies, you're hearing, all this black and dark stuff, but you're also seeing it. So what's worse? Really, it's the same thing, but people will pay for Netflix and then talk about young black people and say like they shouldn't be entertaining when they're entertained by, these big studios and people who are putting out that same type of content. So that's what I'm saying. We can't rid ourselves of this type of content right now. It's out there. So we kind of got to deal with what we got and just try to take the youth and talk to them and get them some other type of guidance. So I think that's the positive thing about it. I think people are realizing that that's necessary. There's a saying, it takes a village to raise a child, but it really starts in the home. You got two parents, it took two to make you. So there's two people out there that are responsible for these kids, each one of those kids. You're responsible for what they're doing, and saying, hey, it's cool and all that stuff, but my kid is not gonna participate in that per se. I'm gonna put my kid in this sport, or I'm gonna take my kid over here and teach him this, teach him something on the other side. I think that's the most important thing, and when I say hip hop save the community, I'm not talking about those negative aspects. I'm talking about the entrepreneurship. I'm talking about how we're getting involved in different business ventures. We're getting involved in investments. We're getting involved in real estate. We're getting involved in a lot of things that are good. I wasn't really in tune to, the new hip hop that's coming out. The reason why I kind of got into it is because I saw an interview, I think it was Lil Durk in an interview, and he was talking about his trucking companies. So he was like, oh yeah, I got 18 wheelers or whatever. He's like, I got 7 or 8 18 wheelers or whatever that's moving stuff, I think for Walmart or Amazon or something like that. And that's what piqued my interest because I'm into business. That's kind of my thing. So I was like, oh wow, this young dude, like he's not just some drill rapper or somebody just doing negative things. Kids either got some good teammates around him or he's got some, got some brains in him to say, hey, this rap thing is good, but I need some more. I need to be an entrepreneur. I need to get involved in businesses that are not typical for rappers. What do we used to do? We used to do clothing. We used to do some type of liquor. These types of businesses. But now they're getting into real legit businesses. And so that's what attracted me. So those are the things that the kids need to see. Like, this is somebody that they look up to. They might rap to his music and admire the music, but they also got to know the flip side of that. The flip side of him being an entrepreneur. He's taking on a different type of business, which means that eventually he's going to be sitting in different rooms where you got to kind of shed that street mentality and sit down and really do business, because this could be millions and millions for your kids and their kids and their kids after that. So I think that's the message for today in the Hip Hop Save the Community show. The hip hop is also somewhat responsible to the community. So I'm not saying that we don't have any responsibility. I think that we do. I think that we have to talk to the kids. We gotta, talk to adults too, because there's a lot of adults out there that don't have any guidance. You look at what Ja Morant's going through right now. He's 23 years old. He's in the NBA. He's got $200 million, but he can't make a simple decision in his life. He can't make a simple decision that will save him millions of dollars. Now, if you can't make a decision when millions of dollars are on the line, you have a decision-making problem. Because everybody's smart enough to know, like, well, shoot, if there's gonna be millions on the line, I probably gotta straighten up a little bit, but you get clouded, you get in it and you get clouded and you can't make a good decision. So I think that we can't just say it's the young people. He's young too, but he's an adult. He's old enough to make good decisions. He's got a lot of responsibility on his shoulders already. He's out there in the world, and he's on that world stage. So are they gonna be perfect? No, I'm not saying that people should be perfect. I'm not perfect. I do things every day that's probably not right. But what I'm saying is that we all could strive for better. And so that's the message today with Hip Hop Save the Community. Once again, this is CAB Studios out here in Rio. If you come to Rio, you can hang out with me, come chat with me, come sit down in here, listen to some music. If you rap or whatever, we might do something. I'm open for all that. So just thought I'd shoot this little video this morning because I saw that and I thought that it was something important to talk about. We'll continue this series. I'm gonna jump into my live beat making session here at 11 o'clock. So I don't know what time it is right now. It's probably like 10:15, 10:20 or something like that. I'm gonna take this setup down, dump the video down, and then I'm gonna go right into my live beat making session on IG and TikTok. On TikTok, it's Knock Real Beats 2. Because I had a channel, I don't know what happened to it. I think I canceled it or something, so I had to set up another one. So it's Knock Real Beats 2, the number 2. On IG, it's Knock Real Beats. So you go there, 11 o'clock a.m. New York time. You can see me making beats live. I got a couple things set up already so that we don't waste time. And I might make one, I might make two. I don't know. It's just whatever I feel in the moment. And then whoever's bothering me, whoever's coming through, whoever's calling my phone or whatever, I got to take care of. I'll quit when I quit, but I try to get you something that you can hear that I've done. Once again, it's your boy Knock Real, coming from Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro. Hip Hop Save the Community, and y'all be easy.